Stephanie.
Today I came to interview you about PLTW.
Great, great.
My first question is, how has PLTW changed over the past 2 years?
Well, to answer that, Stephanie, I would have to describe what PLTW is first. It's Project Lead the Way. It's a project-based course that encourages students to lead their learning. It uses the design process to ask a question, to investigate and explore the answers and solutions to that. The students design a process that would help them answer the question, solve the problem, and then they actually proceed with working that out. So how has it changed? It has increased the resources that are available to teachers greatly. It's added a lot of different courses. PLTW is centered around STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. So they've added more technology and math to that, what was originally science.
Okay. Out of all of the PLTWs, which one is your favorite?
Wow, that's a good question. I really like medical detectives. I like being able to solve crime, teach the students how to sequence DNA and look at gel electrophoresis. But I think the one that gets them the most excited and puts a smile on their face is the flight in space. Being able to study the principles of flight, not only here on Earth and in the gravitational field, but in space. I think that's really neat. And to see that look on their face when they design a little rocket or a glider is really neat.
Do you think that PLTW will expand in the next 10 years?
I do. I think they're going to add a lot more classes. I would not be surprised if they don't step outside of STEM and even add English and history courses. I think that PLTW is going to lead the way in education because of the process of using that design and project-based learning, which is great for kids. I think that it's going to lead the way in education.
Okay. Do you feel as if you'll teach any other PLTW classes?
I do. In fact, I know that I will. This next summer, I'm going to be taking a course. It's called Science and Technology. It caught my eye because we get to make ice cream in that class. It's a lot of fun, but it breaks down science and technology and then puts them back together. And one of our big activities is making ice cream and studying the process behind that. So I look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure, Stephanie. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Elliott, for doing this interview. So, first question. How long have you been teaching? And tell us a little bit about you and your history in teaching.
I have been, this will be my 19th year of teaching. This is my second year in Alabama. The first 17 years were in Georgia. That's where I first taught. I was originally a special education teacher, and then I went into teaching general science. So, there you go. Still science.
Explain to us what National Junior Honor Society is and how do you get chosen for it?
National Junior Honor Society, well, it's just that, it's an honor society, and it's not just grades, even though that's a pre-qualification, it's also a service code, so you have to show the characteristics of leadership and character, that kind of thing.
So tell us a little bit about cybersecurity. For instance, what activities do they do in class?
Cybersecurity goes along with computer science and just that, cybersecurity, password encoding, protecting firewalls, that sort of thing, and they competed in Cyber Patriot for three rounds this time. So.
What are some long-term plans that you have with teaching at ASFL?
I hope to continue to stay in the science department. That's about it. That's how I continue to stay here and continue to do what I do. So, there you go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Madison Stovall, and I'm here today with Miss Gray. Miss Gray, can you tell a little more about yourself?
Yes, my name is Mrs. Gray. I am the school counselor here at ASFL. This is my third year in school counseling. Before that, I spent, I guess, a little over 11 years in the classroom. I have taught kindergarten, first, and second grade.
What made you want to become a counselor here at ASFL?
I wanted to be a counselor here at ASFL because I love working and helping with children.
What message would you like to give the student body here at ASFL?
Well, the message I would like to give the student body here at ASFL is to be kind to one another.
What are different ways the students here can contact you?
There are several different ways the students here at ASFL can contact me. They can contact me through Edmodo. They can also email me, and also they can give a note to their teacher to give to me, or leave a note in the basket on the back side of my door.
Thank you.
Are you doing it? What is a protest, and what are people protesting in DC?
Okay, what is a protest? A protest is, in the United States, it's the right for people to voice their opinion or their discomfort or displeasure with a government, another group of people. And the protest in Washington, D.C. that took place after the inauguration was a women's rights issue primarily. So that's what happened in D.C.
Thank you. Could you briefly explain what an executive order is and talk about a couple of them that President Trump has taken?
An executive order is an order that the president can sign, which has the force of law, and does not need the backing of Congress. One of the executive orders that President Trump has initiated or attempted to put through is the ability to limit groups of people that have come over from certain countries. So basically stops them at wherever they're come from, through immigration ports, through airports, through any type of port that an immigrant coming out from another country, certain countries, not all countries.
I say I live in Miss Michael on math team. So Miss Michael, what is your favorite part of math club?
Well, I like that we're able to do math that we don't get to do in class during math club. I introduce them to new and interesting kinds of math concepts that they're not able to do in class.
What can members of your club hope to see in the future?
Last year we didn't get to go to any outside school competitions. We hope to go to at least one this year, so we're hoping that in the future years we'll be able to go to competitions not only in Huntsville but around the state.
So Miss Michael, what are the requirements to get into this club?
You know what? All you have to do is sign up. We take everybody.
How long have you led math team?
This is actually my first year. Last year I helped Miss Keenan when she was doing it, but this year Miss Brond and I are actually sharing the responsibilities.
Well, Miss Michael, I'm glad you could join us today, and with that, back to you.
Hello, welcome to ASFL. My name is Javion, and I'm here with Miss Slichter. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your education?
Sure. I grew up in South Louisiana and went to college at Mississippi State University. That's where I got my Bachelor of Science degree in biology. And then I went to graduate school for a short time and got married in college and had 3 babies. And then just in the last couple of years, I went back to UAH to get my education certificate to teach secondary science.
Interesting. How is ASFL different than other schools?
Well, this is the first school I've taught at, but I have visited other schools and done some observing and student teaching, and I find that ASFL is a really special place. It's a diverse group of kids with lots of different backgrounds, and it seems to be filled with kids who really are, who want to learn and who are interested in science.
Do you have any long-term goals for your students here at ASFL?
Long-term goals, I want them all to be successful people, just to grow up to be kind and solid human beings who are well educated and just equipped to do whatever they want to do in life. And I hope to inspire them to maybe pursue a science field.
Will you have any interactions with Science Night?
Yes, I'll be at Science Night. I've got a couple of experiments for the kids, and we'll have lots of our projects displayed.
For the people that don't know about Science Night, can you explain it?
Yes, this is my first year here, but from what I've heard, we'll have several tables lining the gym where students can come and do various science experiments, and they can also observe lots of science projects that students here have done.
Thank you.
It'll be a fun night.
Thank you.
So we understand that you went to culinary school. Would you tell us about that?
When I was 18, I moved to New York and I went to culinary school at the Culinary Institute of America, and it's a 2-year program with an internship in between, and so I ended up spending my internship at a yacht club in Florida, and I learned how to cook all types of cuisines, desserts, pastries, savory items. I really enjoyed it, and I love cooking, and I still cook today, but as I mentioned earlier, I had shoulder problems where I had multiple surgeries, and it just physically wasn't able to do it anymore. But I still miss it sometimes, but I really like teaching too. So.
And I'm going to interview Mr. Snodgrass for the spring dance. Mr. Snodgrass, when and where will this dance be taking place?
All right, the spring dance will take place in the gym on the middle school side of the ASFL, and it will take place either before or after spring break.
Thank you. What will be the attire for the spring dance?
The attire will be semi-formal. That means dressed up, and guys will wear ties or suits or whatever, and girls will wear dresses and look nice for this event, because I think middle school students need the opportunity to have fun and stuff like that when it comes to having dances.
Now, could you tell me what are you raising this money for?
Yeah, the spring dance is going to be held so that we can raise money for our ASFL music department. I don't receive any funding from Huntsville City Schools or anything like that for instrumental repair or buying music or anything. So this money will go toward the music department at ASFL.
Thank you. And that's it. Cool.
We're here with Miss Weaver talking about Science Night. Tell us about what we can expect to see this year, and when will it be?
On February the 23rd at 6 o'clock, we're having Science Night at ASFL in the elementary gymnasium. We're going to have an activity from each grade level here at school, and it's open to the public, and everybody who comes will participate in these experiments. Everybody gets a take home. We're going to showcase some of the work we've done in classes. It's sort of like either a relaxed exhibition or a not so ramped up science experiment thing.
How will it be different from last year?
It's going to be a little bigger this year. We're going to have more exhibits out there, different activities from each grade level.
What activity will you be leading at Science Fair? At Science Night?
At Science Night, I'm going to be kind of making sure everybody has what they need. I don't have a class, so I don't have work to produce, and I do these experiments all day, every day. So I'm going to be supporting the other teachers for Science Night.
Do you have anything you would like to add to inspire folks to attend?
Yes, I'd like to see lots of parents bring their children out and give me some ideas for activities they'd like to see. Or perhaps there are some parents out there who can show me some cool demonstrations or something like that. I'd love to see them.
Thank you. That is all the questions that we have about Science Fair.
Well, thank you, boys. I appreciate your coming down here and asking me about it and helping us here at ASFL get the word out. Thank you.
And this was our interview with Miss Weaver about Science Night.